Today, we are here to talk about the proposal for paralegal reform and what one must do to become a paralegal and continue their career as a paralegal. The duties of a paralegal are important to understand because we must know the limits to which a paralegal can work in. What are the duties of a paralegal? What is the purpose of a paralegal, and why are they important in the field of law? The definition of a paralegal is the professional of legal science that performs procedures autonomously or semi-autonomously as part of a legal assistance system and performs tasks that require understanding of the legislation for its proper execution. A paralegal is a person who works behind the scenes, and not a lot of people know how much work they do on one particular case. A paralegal has the duties of drafting legal documents and pleadings as well as handling the discovery during a case. They must be highly organized people as they manage most of the files that have to do with the case. A paralegal is also the person who files their documents with the courts. In a nutshell, a paralegal takes care of the paperwork in accordance with the case while the lawyers take care of the more legal side of things in court. A paralegal may also perform interviews with a client or a witness. They can prepare a witness for court with what the opposing side may ask and what they should say or why they should say certain things. Paralegals also conduct legal research with the case that they are working with. They have input to what the lawyer may use in court to beat the case, either as the defendant or plaintiff's lawyer. Not all provinces have the same requirements to become a paralegal, as well as not having the same rules as a paralegal. For example, in the province of Ontario, you are allowed to practice independently of lawyers if you are licensed by the Law Society of Ontario for certain legal services. In British Columbia, paralegals are not allowed to work independently of lawyers, but they do not have to complete an educational program to become a paralegal. Most people in British Columbia pick up being a paralegal through job experience or actually doing the job and shadowing another paralegal. Knowing that paralegals cannot do what lawyers do, what are the actual specifics of what those things are? It is important for us to understand the limits of a paralegal for our reform, especially considering that paralegals have different capabilities and limitations in every province and territory. A few of these limitations consist of giving direct advice to clients, representing and or appearing in court, and providing undertakings to third parties. Paralegals are unauthorized in the practice of law to give advice to clients. They are also not allowed to appear in courts and tribunals individually as advocates. And lastly, paralegals should not provide undertakings or make any promises to third parties. Why do we have paralegals, and why are they so important to the legal system? Paralegals can be just as knowledgeable as lawyers, but they haven't gone to law school. Paralegals are an affordable service to most people. People who cannot afford lawyers normally go and see a paralegal to help with their legal needs. If a paralegal is working independently from a lawyer, then their workload is more than likely not as heavy. This means that a paralegal can spend more time and energy on the case or the issue at hand. This can make the client feel important and lets the client know that they are a priority and that the paralegal is taking their issue very seriously. Some paralegals are very knowledgeable in certain areas of the law as well, so if a person has an issue that the paralegal specializes in, it works out in the client's favor. Nowadays, there's a big issue in society with the access to justice for some people. Legal advice and representation can produce a very large bill for some people.